Welcome to Just Wing It with Blake and Jamie. It's experiencing some difficulty. And there's Blake. How are
Hey
you?
guys. Good. How are you?
Can you hear me, Blake?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
I'm good. I can hear you. It's good for me.
I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Test, test, test.
I don't.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yep. Hello?
Is your mic saying it was working when you entered?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I the line went up, up, up.
Can anybody watch and hear Blake? Oh, it is? Okay, Hi, Lori. Thanks for coming in. I Oh, then I don't know why I can't hear you, Blake. If they can hear you, great.
um, I don't know.
I
Can you hear me? I feel like I don't want to talk without knowing if she can hear
I
me
don't
or
know what
not.
to do.
Thank you, babe. It's just me now. Look what my girlfriend cooked for me tonight. I got some rice and fajita meat. I'm excited. How is everybody?
Oh, oh, okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, good, good.
I I don't know why I couldn't before. Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. So, what did everyone eat today, and how was your day?
I'm eating fajitas with rice right now.
Oh, yum. Hi, Cam. Thanks for coming in. I had um I had a muffin
That's not a meal.
left left over from my hotel breakfast that I
That's
had
terrible.
at the hotel. Oh, and I had a cookie because today's chocolate chip cookie day, and the hotel does like goofy things on like what day it is. So today was chocolate chip cookie day, so they had chocolate chip cookies out for us.
That's cool.
Oh, Diddy ate Korean food at a Korean restaurant. Yum. Lori, you installed a new refrigerator. That's awesome. So you got some Sonic. Oh, I love Sonic. It's been a while since I've had some Sonic. And they have some good like shakes and stuff. I like them. All right, you guys. If you did not watch Ever After, that's still okay. But that's the movie that we are reviewing tonight.
It's not okay if you didn't, because I did. I got
You
tortured with it. All of you should have been tortured with it as well.
Oh, Ken had his scrambled eggs and a tortilla. So was it that bad? Was it really that bad, Blake?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't.
No, genuinely. Hold on.
Yeah, I love it too, Lori.
I thought that it was just, I mean, if you've seen Cinderella, you know what this story is pretty much about. Minus the shoe, pretty much. That's it.
Um, that's why it's Ever After a Cinderella Story.
And her name was Danielle. I didn't like that. Should have
Why?
been
What's wrong?
like should have been like Cindy or Ella or something. Danielle or Danielle or Daniela even. But it just didn't. I should have been something based off of like Cinderella's name. Um, it was okay. So 2 years before this, Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio came out, and this is your average knockoff of it. Ever since the cartoon of Cinderella was invented and written, there has been a total of 12 different adaptations of the Cinderella story. Way too
I'm sure.
much. You're all doing too much, okay? That's
I'm sure.
terrible.
Actually, I'm sure there's more, but that's my favorite.
No, up to this
Besides,
point, so far that have been a true blockbuster film, there's been 12 so far.
would you Google it?
Yes, off of IMDb.
Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for coming in. Okay, what was your favorite scene?
Uh, I don't really have I think it's either gonna be like whenever he's like, "You can take whatever you can carry," and she goes and picks him up. That was like the only time I laughed. I thought that was kind of funny. Um, and Leonardo da Vinci being in the movie was cool. I liked how they threw him in there, but and they made the Mona Lisa like get stolen. That was a pretty cool scene where they were falling off the waterfall. And but it's funny because most people don't know the Mona Lisa is not on a canvas. You can't roll it up. It's a piece of wood. It's on a I mean, so that didn't really make much sense. And it is much smaller than they made it look like in the film.
Ken, you're so mean. The ending credit roll. My favorite scene is when she punches um her sister in the face,
Yeah, that
and
was pretty cool. I was gonna say that honorable mention whenever she gets punched right in the face. That was pretty
and
cool.
then she does like a somersault over the bed or whatever.
Yeah.
Hi, Francesca. Thanks for coming in. And then my
The
second
Go ahead.
and then my second favorite part is the ending when they're all excited because they bring her in, or um they bring in the stepmother and the sisters, and they think that he's gonna marry them, and then all of a sudden he's like, I don't believe you've met my wife. And then they just like wide eyes, like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? And then she's like, all I ask is that you bestow the same um um oh, what's the word? The same courtesy that you bestowed upon me, or something like that. And they're
Yeah,
like,
and another thing I didn't like about this movie, what the heck? Drew Barrymore. What's up with the accent? It was terrible. Oh my gosh, I didn't believe any of it. Not a single word of it.
no,
It was
I love
terrible.
it. I
No,
love it.
no, it was awful. It was unnecessary. I mean, the old English was bad enough. Like, like I said, Romeo and Juliet, 2 years before, this movie came out in 98. And 2 years before, in 1996, was the modern adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. So they're just trying to do all these other different spin-offs of everything at the same time. And I would watch. I'd rather watch Romeo and Juliet. That movie was terrible.
No, you cannot say that. Oh my gosh, you're drinking a Coke?
We're
Are
out of
you
Dr.
sick?
Pepper.
Oh. So what was the
Yeah,
everyone's favorite scene in the here
I,
besides
I
Ken,
was gonna
who's
I was gonna say one thing, like right there, like you were talking about at the end. If you notice, like whenever they're riding off into the carriage, and then the camera like goes off to the end, it in the bottom right of the corner, you can see cars in the in the parking. It's just this movie
can
was so
you?
terrible. Yes, I know. I swear you can. This movie was awful. It was a total. I mean, they made almost triple what it was valued at. I need to look at it again. I know uh they made the budget for it was about 26 million, and in the United States it made 65 million, worldwide 98. So technically, when you're talking about A-list stars like Drew Barrymore, that's a bust. That's a box office bust if you talk about it. I mean, they still made money. A true bust is not making money on the movie, but Uh, the most of that movie, the cost in it of the movie was building the castles and all the wardrobe they were wearing. That's where most of the money went. The cast was so. I mean, I didn't know hardly any of these people.
Yeah,
The only
Lori
one you
says
knew for sure was Drew Barrymore. That's it.
Lori Lori says when they're hanging out with the gypsies and have their first kiss. Yeah, I like that part too. Francesca, that's Blake's favorite part too. The funniest part for me was when the guy told her she can have whatever she can carry. So she grabs
Yeah,
the prince, and then the guy
yeah.
says, "Okay, take the horse."
That's what I said too. I thought that was pretty funny, and that was like the only time I laughed.
You didn't laugh when she got punched in the face.
Not really. I was just like, oh hell yeah, punch her.
A lot of
She
the
had it
stars are from
coming.
you. Yeah, that's why it was so funny. Lori says a lot of them are stars from UK. I got it. Yeah. Pro- well, and then they probably put in Drew Barrymore to get some what to get
Credibility.
yeah and
It's movie credibility. She said that this is her favorite movie she's ever been in, which is like that breaks my heart because she was in a couple other good movies. Uh, she was in 50 First Dates. That's my favorite Drew Barrymore movie. And there was another girl chick flick called Never Been Kissed. I don't know if you've seen that. And she was in that one. That both of those are better movies. Of those three, which one's your favorite? This one?
of course Ever After.
Ugh, gross. So bad.
so
Her
this was
accent just killed it.
so this was her favorite of all the movies too. Drew Barrymore's to act in.
That's what she said as per half-ass internet research. You know.
Angelica Houston was fantastic as the wicked stepmother. I agree, Laura. Lori. Yeah, you. Yes. See, Lori likes Drew and Ever After too. And
What do
Francesca,
you think the moral of the story was?
the
Like,
moral of the story is that the same thing as Cinderella, that the good people always win.
I think
And
it's like I think that's just not broad enough. I think it's like your perception of people, regardless of their classes or whatever mass they're a part of, can never really tell you about how much you can actually care about somebody or what they may know. Yeah. So that's what I took from it. You can find love with a dunce and a rocket scientist.
yeah, as Francesca, another part was funny was when the prince says to Margaret he likes her brooch, and then Jacqueline and the other sister puts a feather between her breasts. Yes, I know, right? Lori says to set the story straight from the Grimm's fairy tales book. Oh yeah, that's right. At the beginning, because they got it wrong. So they they're like, no, this is how it really went. Yeah, that's right. Francesca said, I thought the movie was pretty funny. There was a couple of funny parts, like the crying wife that he was going to marry. She didn't stop crying. That was hilarious. It was funny, but oh my gosh, it was so annoying cry. They could have put a little bit better cry instead of like that screechy, annoying cry. That
Yeah,
part, I.
I. Hmm.
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
What age the worst? What age the best? Uh, what age the worst is probably just the way that you would like the role of a woman is how it's supposed to be, like how they were all acting and everything. Just that didn't age very well. Like uh, like more servility sense is what I got from the women in the movie. And what age the best is that obviously we're just going to keep remaking Cinderella movies over and over and over and over times 12, which
Well,
is a bad idea.
they even did the um live version of
Yeah,
Cinderella.
the live action one. They just did
Yeah,
that. And I mean,
yeah.
every 10 years, I'm telling you, every 10 years, they're going to do it again. Watch.
Um, Probably more than that, Blake, because there's um like well, you said 12 versions. I think there's more than that, but well, and
As
there's more.
per IMDb, from the rights being allotted from Cinderella, there has been a total of 12 movies that have that have bought rights to the movie or the
Oh,
name.
okay. Because there's a lot of
So,
Hallmark movies related to the Cinderella type story. So Francesca says, I think the moral
mhm.
of the story is for women to take note that there is no knight in shining armor to save you. You have to save yourself. Yeah, like because she had to save herself from that creepoid. Hi, Tamika. Thanks for coming in. I
I guess
appreciate it.
that's a good idea too. I mean, more women empowerment than anything. That was probably what aged the best too. Like what aged the worst was their properness or how they're supposed to act, and what aged the best is how they had to stand up for themselves and do the bidding that she did.
Because,
She hit that woman. She hit her like
well,
a man.
and then she had to defend herself against the creeper at the end when
Yep.
she got sold to
Yep.
him. And then she comes out and he's like, "Oh, I came to rescue you," and he's like, "Rescue me?" It's like,
That's funny.
see, Tamika watched the movie and she says it was good too. You
Well,
and
we're
you and
all
Kenna.
entitled to our opinion, and in my opinion, this movie was doggy doo doo.
Okay, everyone, how would you rate it? I give it a 10 because I love the movie.
No, 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 no. Let's do it like real movie ratings. They only do a 4, and you can do halves. So they only
Oh,
go to 4 stars in real
oh,
movie
okay,
ratings. Let's
okay.
do it that way.
I give it a 4 star.
Are you serious? Come on,
Yes,
let's be realistic. No, you
I
can't. I don't, no
why? I love
way.
that. I love that movie. It's my favorite movie. Why would I give
Oh my
my
goodness.
favorite
Okay.
movie?
Fair enough.
Why would I give
Fair
my
enough.
favorite movie less than 4 stars? 10, you don't count.
I will generously give this movie 2.5 stars. Just because the acting isn't terrible, it's somewhat believable, but it's every story you've ever heard about Cinderella pretty much. And I just
Ken, Ken, you haven't even seen the full movie, Ken, so you can't give it a negative 5 stars. And Lori says 4 stars too for me too. So yay!
lamos.
We got a 2.5. What's the lowest? A 1 or 0?
I don't think anybody's getting less than a 1 star. I think
Okay,
one
so
star is the lowest, or half a star. You can't give it a 0. That's just
uh,
it's wrong. I'm
really,
generously
Ken?
giving it
Oh
two
my
and a
gosh,
half stars.
Ken is being so rude right now.
No, he's not. He's being realistic.
But he didn't even. It's very romantic and justice is served too. Yes, Lori, especially at the end. I love it when she's the queen or princess and she's gets to put in her stepmother's face for being so mean to her for all of her in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
See? And she got to punch her sister in the face for saying yes, and she's dead, and then throwing the book in the fire from her dad.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yep, and she gets the prince too. Justice, the prince. See?
Exactly what she wanted.
See what you get when you're a nice person versus an entitled, rude B I.
Itch.
Mm-hmm. And so, all right. So Francesca gives it 3.5. Woohoo! Almost 4. Why do you not give it 4,
Hmm.
Francesca? What part did or what did you not like about it?
I don't know how you can give this movie 4 stars when there's cars in 1600s in the going off in the distance. You can see freaking cars down in the thing. That doesn't. I mean, if you like the movie, you like the story, 3.5. But I'm taking a half a star because there's freaking cars in 1640 whatever.
Oh, okay, I've never noticed that, and I've watched that movie a million times.
Go back and watch it. I guarantee I noticed it. I don't know. I did. Yep. You can see them
Your,
parked in the town on the right.
your favorite part was when she was throwing them at the prince. Throwing what at the prince? She was throwing them at the.
I don't remember that.
Oh, the apples.
Oh,
That's probably what she means. Throw. Are you talking about the apples, Tamika? When she threw the apples at him?
she has to be.
Yeah. But Tamika says I still like it. But anyway, okay. So everybody but the guys gave it a good rating.
It's just a girls' movie, you know. It's something girls relate to a lot better. It's not. It's definitely not a unisex movie, and
No.
it's not a male's movie either.
Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming in. I'm sorry you're having problems. Yeah, it's an old movie. Yeah, but I still love it. It's one of my favorites for sure. Okay, everyone.
It
Now
was
that
just
we
trying.
watch,
Sorry, one more thing. It was just trying to hit that that part of in touching women's movies, like because you got Clueless coming and all that stuff too. Titanic just came out a year before this. Uh, there's so many love romance stories about young girls right at that time, and that's like what everybody was making money off of. Everybody's trying to watch Titanic 10 times, so
yeah,
that's what they
oh,
did.
absolutely. So, okay, Blake and chat. What what do you want to watch for next week? Any ideas?
Man, I don't know. I would love for it to be something that's won an award, something good, like you know that we all can collectively agree on that is really good.
Tamika says it's okay, Blake. Hey, but at least Blake watched it. He did
Watched
good.
it like this, just
Oh,
drooling over my face.
and congratulations to your sister. Tyler graduated this weekend,
Hmm.
she she gets having a boy. It's so wonderful. Everything's happening all at once. So exciting.
It's just how it is. I don't know. It's crazy. Life. It's a boy.
I'm so happy for her. I know that's what she wanted.
Hmm. Hmm.
Any ideas in the chat of what you want to watch for next week? Like maybe what's your favorite movie?
I'm thinking we should do something like Titanic or Godfather, Goodfellas.
Ooh, Dee Dee says Indiana Jones movie.
Indiana
Man,
Jones is great. I love Indiana Jones. Absolutely. We could
I
I would love to do that. That's one of my favorites. Like Back to the Future or uh pretty much anything.
yeah. Can you Google the do you have another device where you can Google if what Indiana Jones is on? What like streaming?
It's on Disney. It's Disney
Is
has
it?
it. Yeah, they
Oh,
own
okay.
all those rights. Yeah.
Oh, Lori says, how about the Cocaine Godmother? I've never heard of that. What's that about?
Oh goodness! Now we're getting into these are not rewatchables. This is not this will this we're those are that sounds like cult classics. All of these. If that's the case,
Alyssa,
we're doing Jay and Silent Bob. I love that movie, and that movie's terrible.
Alyssa says The Outsiders.
Heck yeah, that's such that was him take. He said, "Okay, I'm going to take every single actor that's going to be the next big thing and put them all in one movie." We got Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise, uh, uh, Ray, what's his name? Played in Karate Kid. Uh, and then there's one more I'm forgetting. Oh gosh, what's his name? Somebody help me, chat. There's a lot of good names in that movie.
Griseldo Blanco. Is that a movie? Or is that who's in that other movie, Lori?
I don't know. That may be one.
So far we need to vote on Indiana Jones, Cocaine Godmother, The
No,
Outsiders. Are those the three we're voting on?
I mean, I don't know about that. I
Oh,
don't
she's the
even
main
know
character.
Giselda Blanco. I don't know who that is.
She's the main character in the Cocaine Godmother. What's that about, Lori?
I would like us to review one of my favorites now. It's called True Romance, and that's a love story. But it's written by Quentin Tarantino, so it's got a little bit of a spin to it. Quentin Tarantino is my favorite director. Every single movie he's ever written, to me personally, has been great. Death
Okay,
Proof, not so much.
so there's four movies that we're gonna vote on: Cocaine
No,
Godmother, True Romance, The Outsiders, and Indiana Jones.
I you can exclude mine from that. I don't think that mine warrants enough attention when you've got movies you're talking about The Outsiders and Indiana Jones. Anything else is kind of it's gonna lose. So I think it just needs to be between those two.
Oh, she was a drug cartel from Colombia and started the cocaine business here in the U.S. It's a true story. Oh, that actually sounds kind of interesting.
Have you seen American Made? The story with Tom Cruise about being what's his name? Barry Seal. He was a uh, pilot flying drugs for the cartel.
Okay, no, I haven't seen that. Okay, so we're gonna do the three because um, I gotta get my camera. Three, since Blake's gonna take his out. So Cocaine Godmother, Indiana Jones, and The Outsiders.
I vote Indiana Jones.
Blake vote Indiana Jones. So two for Indiana Jones. Lori, I'm assuming wants um, Cocaine Godmother, and Alyssa said Outsiders.
Ken said Jones.
Oh, Ken says Jones. There's
Well, help us, Wilma. Just vote. We need help here.
oh, okay. So and then Outsiders. Oh, Francesca just threw one in. The Day After Tomorrow. So did everyone vote? I think Indiana Jones is winning. And do we just choose, which one do we choose? The first one? Because there's many, there's a lot of Indiana Jones. And obviously, if
Well,
not everybody saw it,
I think if we're gonna do them, we need to go in order. We need to do the first one, and we'll just if Indiana Jones wins, let's just do them all. That gives us five right there.
well, I
It
don't want
gives
to
us five podcasts.
well, I don't want to bore people on just Indiana Jones unless we disperse it.
How could you get bored on Indiana Jones?
Well, I mean,
And
just how some,
honestly, if we could be like we could be more in depth with our movie reviews. I mean, we get done with them real quick. We're if we already finished ever after. We finished it like 25 minutes.
well, that's because you and Ken were bashing it.
Oh well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bash. Y'all,
But you actually gave it a higher rating than I thought you
I
would.
was honest opinion.
At least you're not like -5 and the best parts, the credits and all that, like Ken. He's being negative. But okay, it looks like Jones won. So we'll do the first one next week, but and then we'll decide. I guess we can discuss this decide. Oh my gosh, can't talk. And see if we want to finish the rest of them and talk about them. You guys want to know what happened to me yesterday? That was so crazy. So I was in my department. I just came back from lunch. I was in my office, and then in our in the hospital we have a door with a badge reader, and and the and then inside that door of the badge reader we have my receptionist or my secretary, like right there, and that greets people, and then we have all of our offices. So like there's like 8 of us or 9 or whatever in the department, and with all of our offices. And there was at least 5 of us in our office, but the my secretary went to go get her food, and we never keep that door locked because it's a pain in the butt. The Not just badge in and out, that's not really the biggest thing, but we have other employees that come in and use our conference room, and employees that come because my employee health nurse, if they have to come and get their flu shot or COVID shot or um, whatever, if they need shots, they come to my employee health person who's in the office too. So for those reasons, we don't really keep it locked. And so she was coming, or my secretary was coming back, and she sees this guy come out of our office, and right next to the office there's a stairwell that leads out to the main entrance of the hospital. And they thought it was weird that he came out, but we do have random people coming in because um of the employees that need shots or whatever. So they didn't think anything of it. 15 minutes later, I kid you not, my secretary gets a notification on her phone that there was a charge to Walmart for $488.
Wow.
And she's like, "What?" So she went to figure out what's happening. She goes into her purse because her purse is in the desk in one of the drawers, but it's not a locked drawer. So, and her wallet was gone with everything in it. So this guy would have had to know, okay, I'm going to go into this office, and with all the offices that are there with people in it, be brave enough to be like, okay, I hope no one comes out or hears me. Search the desk and all the drawers to see if there is a purse or something in there. I mean, because how else would he know? Steal the wallet and leave and take off and not get caught. And he didn't get caught. Isn't that scary? That he was able to do that?
The best thieves do things when you least expect it. Or
well,
whenever
and
you feel like the least vulnerable, that's the or
well,
the most vulnerable. They
in our yeah,
take
in our
advantage of
office is in the basement, and there and the hallways that we're in, there's no security camera.
it. Really?
And I started thinking, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm in a hospital. So even if you can carry a gun, you can't do it in a hospital. So the the criminals will know that nobody's going to be armed. And if say I came out of my office and I did see him and I approached him, would he? And if maybe he was armed and maybe he would have done something to us. That's really scary. So I told my staff, I said, we're keeping this door locked from now on. It doesn't matter. But yeah.
Well,
So sorry.
I think in Texas, all those laws had been uh uh like carrying in certain specific areas, you had to have a license to do it. I don't think you have those here in Texas anymore. I think you can carry anywhere.
I'm sure you can't carry in a hospital
I
or a
don't know.
bank.
I did. I mean, I've walked in my bank multiple times with my gun on my hip. It's that's not a problem at all. I don't think.
But do you conceal and carry? Did they know? Or is it open?
Yeah, I've had it on my. I've walked in there with it on my hip, open carry multiple times. I've had it concealed multiple times. Most of the times I carry my pistol in my back pocket, but I mean, I I I can't say
Yeah,
that I've ever walked into the hospital with it on on open carry, but that I can recall. But I don't see them saying anything to me about it.
most tests, even I don't even think in Texas you can carry it because um my friend lives in San Antonio and I don't think she can carry her gun in the hospitals.
Well, and that may be. Does she work there?
Well, yeah, she works at
Well, then
hospitals.
that may be company policies recall because she works there. I don't think, as far as the free constitutional person, I mean,
Good
I
night,
don't,
Stephanie. Thanks for coming
good night,
in.
Stephanie. I don't think that you can be stopped from doing it. I could be wrong though. I mean, I'm not gonna, don't quote me on it, but if it's somebody that works there and it's their company policy that you can't carry it, then that's one thing. But I think it's a since Texas has become constitutional carry, you can carry anywhere
Hmm, I didn't know that.
except
Francesca,
schools. I think that's the only one. But there are some schools that in Texas that have trained their staff and they carry guns. All the teachers there, some of the smaller
wow,
towns, they have guns on them.
wow. Yeah, Francesca, I think he had to been watching because we're in the basement. There's no reason why an non-employee would be in the basement other than there's the cafeteria, but that means he had to have been like scoping out. Like it was weird how he would even think to even go into our office and then into her desk and search. Especially when it has a badge reader, you'd think that it was only by badge you can get in. And so he had to have been watching people not you going in and out and not badging. But yeah, yeah, I should carry pepper spray too. I mean, I mean, I'm like I don't really need it and whatever, but Ken's been on my case about at least carrying pepper spray. And he also bought me a taser, but I'm like I'm not going to try to check in a taser either. But yeah, definitely pepper spray. I should really do that. I keep procrastinating and but
I think it's pitiful that you guys are required to abandon your right to defend yourself against somebody that is trying to hurt you with something that you can't have.
yeah.
That frightens me for being like a government worker, like or people that work in hospitals and or somewhere that they're not allowed to. Like I honestly like those places I try not to even go to because I don't like to. I personally I don't like to go to those places where I'm not able to have my gun on me.
Well, especially when the hospital is so vulnerable because you don't know what's going to walk into the ED. And there's been
Yeah.
many times where we get a victim that's been shot, and then we have to worry about the gang members coming in. Well, because we're taking care of the person who they shot, and so it's very vulnerable, especially the ED. And that's when most of the violence occurs in hospitals is in the ED. And not all hospitals have security guards that can carry. Like Midland, I was so impressed with Midland that they have their own police department in that hospital. I,
Yeah, they
I was
do.
like, I was like, I wish more hospitals had what Midland has. So you're lucky, Blake. That hospital's I, um, smart.
As
I wish
far as
more,
care, I don't know if they've gotten any better, but if they weren't
but
very good for the longest. They had a really bad reputation. I'm sure that's why you came in.
well, I came in because the two quality people retired, so
Um,
they needed they needed somebody to come in. But yeah,
I remember when Midland had two hospitals. They had one on each side of town, and then they turned that other hospital into uh, like a pregnancy baby place, and now the other hospital is only for care and long stay.
I heard that they built a behavioral health hospital though. Didn't they build like a
They
behavioral
I
health
know
hospital?
they've had one there for a long time, and it was way on the outside of town, and it's been there for years and years, and it hasn't been built recently that I know of.
Because I know they were talking about it when I was there, and the CEO at Midland was going to go over there and run it, but I don't know. But yeah, you guys, you need to be very careful of your surroundings, and even if things are a little bit harder, make sure things are locked. I mean, I learned a lesson for our department. Here, I'm the quality person, and I'm always looking at ways to keep people safe and patients safe, and looking at all the processes that are good. And here in our own department, we got a theft. So it just goes to show you that you let your guard down, what can happen.
Right.
I mean, I should have put that in place a long time ago, and when I first started, and I didn't, and that I should have, but it's luck now. Unfortunately, a lot of times that's what happens. A bad event happens, and then you learn from it, and then you fix it. And that's what happens at the hospital all the time. Something bad happens, I have to go investigate it, and then I have to like try to fix it so it doesn't happen to another patient. And
Yeah.
I wish I could get to these events before they happen, but it's so hard in the hospital when they're so variable and there's so many human errors and everything else.
If there's something that is okay, think of the thing that irritates you the most that is just out of your hands that you have no control over. What is that one thing that you would be able to control
I wish I had more authority because I have the responsibility of the entire hospital, but
without the
no authority.
authority?
And it makes my job very difficult because when I find a concern and I bring it up, I have to go to that leader, tell them about it, and then say we need to get this fixed or whatever. Well, I have no authority over that leader to make sure that they do it, and I can try to influence them. I can try to do whatever to make sure that they do it, but ultimately it's on them. But then if
Yeah.
Joint Commission or the surveyors come in and survey the hospital and then they find that, guess who they come ask why they come and talk to me about it? Like, why wasn't this fixed? Why? why did we get cited on this? Well, he- here's my documentation that I told so and so that they need to do it, and it's on them. So I make sure I document everything because there's been many times in my past where I'm like trying to tell Blake, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Something bad's going to happen, and you don't want to listen to me because the probability is low, and then something bad happens, and then it's my fault.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the frustration of my job. And some leaders are better than others. Some hospitals are better than others. And, but yeah, yep, you live and you learn. Yep, Francesca. So I
I wish I
wish,
had the ability to automatically pull people's what they owe, like the people that owe me money and they've owed me for at least a month or something. I wish I could automatically pull that money from their account to mine.
yeah, that would be nice. Well,
It's just irritating is all.
don't do any more work for them until they pay their bills.
It's just
Well, unless they don't need any more work, then it sucks. But I
yeah.
mean, and it's frustrating when that happens, Blake, for you.
hmm I don't know what to do sometimes. It's irritating.
Bec- I mean, you could try to do a civil suit, but then that's money out of your pocket.
And sometimes it's not worth that. It's only
Yeah.
$100, $200 or something. And it's like, dude, just pay me. I mean, it's not.
But you know what? They know that you're gonna be like, whatever, I can't do anything about it. I guess all you can do is maybe start making them pay you up front, or at least half of it up front, or a deposit up front, so at least you're
Hmm.
not out completely.
Right.
I mean,
I mean,
unfortunately,
I, I I wish I could do it that way. I need to figure out a way to set up automatic draft. Like with some people, they need to be able to do that. Like, a lot of big companies will have you do that. I mean, if you're gonna if I'm gonna put my time in over there, you should be able to, you know, be, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's the one part of the job that is out of my hands.
yeah. What do you guys not like about your job? Like, what's the most frustrating thing about your jobs, or what you do during the day, or whatever? And mine, I just, if I had the authority, I could do so much more for the hospitals, but I don't have the authority.
It's irritating.
And that's my biggest frustration. I said, if I if I see it in my lifetime where I get the authority, I would be amazed, but I'll probably be dead by the time they decide to give quality the authority. I mean, but how does that actually work? Where you give people all the responsibility of something with no authority? That doesn't work.
I don't either.
Uh,
I don't either.
yes,
That's the one thing about being the boss that I can control is like, I can tell people what to do, and it's about what I'm like, what I want done. It gets done one way or another.
yeah.
Whether I have to do it or somebody else has to do it, it gets done.
Francesca says, I wish I had the ability to make people stop being so rebellious. You know, that's so true, Francesca. Like, there's so many women that not just women, but I see it more in women. They like to tear each other down versus managing them up. I mean, why do they do that? Like they get jealous or something and then they start attacking them. Like look at my troll. It's like just kept attacking me and attacking me about how I put my makeup on. And I wanted to be and it's like, dude, until I just got tired of it and yeah, she was helping my channel with her comments and watch views and everything else and help the algorithm, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm just like, dude, you're so negative and I don't need this drama. And like I just blocked her completely. But it's like, why are you watching my channel if you don't like the way I put my makeup on? There's 9 billion other makeup channels. Go to them. And it's like, I think she was just getting a kick out of attacking someone. It wasn't necessarily just the makeup, because why would she watch those videos then?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah,
Because
most of the time it's people, unless it's like obvious thing and you're giving someone like genuine advice, like, hey, bro, you should not be fucking doing this. Stop. Like, it's that's one thing. But if somebody's just doing their own little thing in their own little world, whatever, if it makes them happy, you're a party pooper if you come over there and step on the parade. That's it. That's just how it is. Like
yeah,
if somebody's out there doing something bad or something, and like then you could be like, hey, you're not doing this right, or you could say that on their stuff or something. If you're genuinely trying to do something to benefit them, then say something. But if you're just doing it to your mama taught you, if you have nothing nice to say, just don't say it. Go on, swipe up, go to the next video, whatever. You don't have to be a troll.
yeah. Alyssa says to go with your troll. I just hate how negative so many people have to be. I know, right? It's like, why
Hmm.
can't we just be positive? Why do you hate your life so bad that everybody you have to be so negative and like hate on everybody or be jealous of them or whatever the reason is? So yeah. Um, Alyssa, tell your father to get a quote.
Hey,
But
listen, tell him to get a quote.
all right, you guys, let's get a riddle.
Hey,
What do
diddle
you
diddle.
what do you call a smelly horse?
Uh, a horseshoe. A shoey? A shoey?
No.
Uh, shoe
Uh,
horse?
but that
Uh,
would be funny. A horseshoe. Yeah, that a shoe smells. So yeah.
me.
Any other guesses on what do you call a smelly horse? Any guesses other than Blake's? Going once, going twice. Okay. The answer is Mustang.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I want a compilation of my reactions every time you say those. We need to get them together. So it's just
I don't even know how to do it because these are downloaded, or these are just lives and downloaded to YouTube. I don't know how to download the YouTube ones.
I don't
Francesca
either.
Francesca said some people are just so mean and full of evil that they don't see the wrong that they do. It's pretty sad. Yeah, absolutely, Francesca. All right, Blake, any last words for the chat?
Keep on trucking it. Find you a woman that cooks you fajitas and rice.
And remember, everyone, Indiana Jones, the first movie
So good.
tomorrow.
Steven
Okay.
Spielberg, it is from his brilliant mind. It's like top list, A-list trilogy he ever made. Loved it. Great movie.
All right. Next week. All right. And thank you everyone for being so interactive. It helps the channel with all the comments, views, everything. So appreciate, so appreciative. Especially it helps us stay interactive as well. And remember, you're all beautiful inside and out. Don't let anyone make you think differently. And the quote of the night comes from Saudi. Have patience. All things are difficult before they become easy. So true. Have a good night, everyone.
Cheers. Thank you.